All right. What is up, Slaughterhouse wrestling fans? We are coming at you live from Guerra, Texas, here in Jim Hogg County. The sellout crowd of 6 out here at the Jim Hogg Civic Center. I am your commentator, Walter Mellon, out here with my broadcast partner, Bobson Dugnut. Bobson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. Ready for some fantastic Slaughterhouse wrestling here in front of this sold-out arena.
Big sellout crowd of 6 today out at the Civic Center. Conditions are looking good. We're ready for some wrestling here. Just wanted to run down the card for a second to let all the Slaughterhouse fans know what they're up for today. In the first match, we're going to have the Exotic Husbands, Dong Michaels, and Dank Poopstain versus the Gay Space Cowboys, finally making their big SWW debut. It's Doug Big Daddy D, Olay, and Forged and Fire champion. I'm looking forward to seeing the Gay Space Cowboys. You know, they missed the tag team tournament by just a hair. Almost came in, almost were able to make a splash there. But, you know, they're going to debut today against the Exotic Husbands, who have had some success in tags, some success in singles, but haven't really put it all together yet.
Yeah, you got that right. And the Gay Space Cowboys have been doing a lot of talking, and it's about time they finally back up some of that with some actual in-ring action here today. You know, the Exotic Husbands, you know, Dong and Dank, you know, they have also Walnut is in their little faction, and, you know, he's obviously the heavyweight title holder, so hopefully they can make a good showing to kind of keep up with the legacy that Walnut's kind of creating for the Exotic Husbands so far.
And, you know, you've got to think a match like that has tag title implications too. I mean, the field is kind of wide open right now. There's no distinct number one contender for the tag titles, but there are a couple tag matches on this card, so hopefully, you know, as those go on, we're going to see whether or not someone is going to come out on top.
You have got that right. You have got that right, Walter. And up next in the next match of the night, we got Damon Sky versus Jason Waterfalls. And I got to tell you, this is the grudgest of the grudge matches here. We got Damon, leader of Limitless, and Jason Waterfalls looking to make some to back up some of the talking he's been doing so far here in Slaughterhouse. He's been probably one of the hottest guys on the mic so far, and it's about time he kind of backs it up with a little in-ring action. What do you think, Walter?
I agree completely. You know, both of these competitors have had a little bit of success here and there. Damon Sky a little more so than Don't Go Jason Waterfalls, sadly. But, you know, Damon called out Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi for a match, and the Bancor said, hey, you don't get to call the shots here. We do. So Don't Go Jason Waterfalls was sent in his place, and we're going to see Damon Sky probably take on his biggest challenge yet.
You have got that right. And, you know, we also tend to forget that Jason was actually in Limitless when he first joined Slaughterhouse Wrestling, but as soon as bankrollers come around, opened up their checkbook, he hit the door.
And you've got to wonder if there's some love lost there, you know what I mean? Don't Go Jason Waterfalls acts like there's not. I can't talk today. But you got to wonder if there's something still there. But after that, we've got STO from Behold a Dark Horse versus the Demented One. STO, again, someone with some success versus the Demented One, who has been, again, talking a lot of smack, you know, trying to get his name out there, trying to get a challenge from somebody, and STO was the one to answer that challenge. And, you know, I don't know if the Demented One really knows what he's up against here. STO's been pretty successful in singles and tag competition here in SWW. But, you know, if the Demented One wins, it could really cement his name here as a challenger for the title.
Yeah, you got that right. He's out here with something to prove, you know, he's a tag team guy, you know, his entire career, but he comes into this league and decides all of a sudden he wants to have a nice little singles run for himself. And on the other hand, you got the Demented One, and, you know, we really haven't seen it as much yet, but this guy, he's got a dark side, Walter. He's got a dark side, and in that ring, I'm kind of scared what's going to happen if it finally does come out here tonight. But in the next match, Lucifer Valeska versus the Psychotic King, and I can't tell you the stakes, I don't think could be any higher. This is a match where if Psychotic King loses, he loses his soul to Lucifer. It is gone. That soul is officially gone.
That's right, Bobson. You know, that's a big thing for Lucifer. He's trying to collect souls here at SWW and trying to collect people to join his group. All of these people that he is sucking the absolute life out of. And in these deadly matches. You know, we even forgot to mention this is a hardcore match. It's going to be contested under barbed wire rules. So the Psychotic King might lose more than his soul here.
And I got to tell you, honestly, out of all the matches, this is the one I'm the most excited to see. I'm kind of worried about our fans out here in the crowd. You know, all 6 of them, you know, they might be asking for their money back after this one, depending on how much blood is shed in that ring. And it really looks like a lot of it could be spilled tonight.
You said it, Bobson. Well, in our semi-main event, we have a huge trios match. Actually, the first one in SWW history, if I'm remembering right, where we have the team of Supreme, which contains Mark Mello, Victor Hill, and Zeus Williams, 2 of those being the tag champions, versus the Bankrollers, Big Money Marty, Ricky Big Buck Biloxi, and Black Snow, which is a little interesting. You know, there's been some rumblings backstage of some sort of an alliance between the Bankrollers and Behold a Dark Horse, or maybe some money's being exchanged, maybe some people are getting paid off to wrestle in some matches with the Bankrollers. I don't know much about that personally, but you know, I think this should be an amazing, great match. And honestly, this is the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting a pretty great match out of this one, and you got to be kidding me. You don't think a checkbook was open backstage for this one? I mean, Black Snow is a guy that can add a lot to this, you know, tag team. You know, Ricky Big Bucks and Marty have shown off pretty. You know, they came out strong at the start of the tag team tournament. Didn't really go the way they wanted to. But on the other hand, you got Supreme. You got the tag team title holders. 2 out of the 3 guys, you know, you got to hope their chemistry doesn't get thrown off too much by adding that other guy in there. But both of these teams have been doing a lot of talking, and it's finally time for both of them to back it up with some in-ring action tonight.
Definitely agree. And again, like I said before, there might be some title implications here. You know, if one of the members of Bankrollers gets a pin on one of the tag champions, they could have a claim to the title. You know, same with Black Snow pulling an STO, his normal tag partner. But like you said, they have been so successful in tag competition so far. You know, Supreme travels together, they train together, they eat, breathe, and sleep pro wrestling together. It's going to be hard to break that bond for the Bankrollers, but hopefully Black Snow comes in and, you know, helps them out. They haven't been that successful in tag competition thus far. Maybe this is going to be their key to success.
You said it. And, you know, the main event, what more can be said about these 2 guys? The Chicago Cowboy himself versus Walnut, the most infamous I think character we have here in Slaughterhouse Wrestling. He came in out of nowhere, the most muscular man I've ever seen in all my years on this planet, and just demolished the Chicago Cowboy in the final in under 3 minutes in the final round of the initial Slaughterhouse Wrestling heavyweight title tournament. So you got to think the Cowboy's going to be coming in. He's got a lot on his mind. He wants to get the pin. He wants to get the name. The Bankrollers have been talking a lot since they joined Slaughterhouse Wrestling, and they need to start backing that up with some actual wins.
Well, you know, the Chicago Cowboy is the most winningest member of the entire faction, going all the way straight to the finals of the SWW title tournament. And while you're right that Walnut did beat him in 3 minutes, we've seen a kind of careless streak from Walnut, Bobson. In the tag title tournament, he got DQ'd because he wouldn't stop beating up Damon Sky. He pulled out 5 chairs, threw them all down, and then just drove his arm directly into the face of Damon Sky, getting his entire team counted out. And, you know, that's the carelessness that the Chicago Cowboy could potentially capitalize on.
Yeah, you got that right. And honestly, I'm glad the match was called then, because with all those chairs, there's, you know, God knows what the man could have been planning.
Well, Slaughterhouse Wrestling fans, that is your card for tonight, and we're going to take it off to Earl Dipshit to kick these matches off. You know, Bobson, I'm genuinely, excited to see what the Gay Space Cowboys have to offer here. You know, the tag scene in SWW, you know, pardon me for getting ahead of my lane here, but is pretty crowded. There are tons of teams here, and I'm really excited to see what they can offer in the division.
Yeah, you got that right. And as colorful as they are, they have got. I'm just kind of blown away by these outfits I'm seeing to get this match started tonight. These guys have got character out the wazoo, and I can't wait to see what their actual wrestling style is like once this match officially gets underway.
Dong here actually sporting a new outfit, as I can tell, adding the top to his normal blue, purple and green attire. Excuse me. You gotta wonder how that's gonna factor into his arsenal. If that's gonna restrict his movement any, or restrict his arm movement, or maybe it's there for protection. I don't know. We'll just see as the match unfolds.
You got that right. This got him on the ropes early. Looks like as we kind of get underway, just getting started in this match, feeling each other out really. Ooh.
Huge knee to the gut there from Forged and Fire champion. Nice uppercut. Already going for a pinfall. You have to wonder about the strategy there. You have to wonder if he's trying to wear down Dong, because we've seen a lot from Dong. You know, his athleticism, his high flying, his just braggadocious nature. You have to wonder if he's trying to just tire him out early now.
Yeah, you would expect it, honestly. I mean, this match could be going on for a while tonight, honestly. These tag teams here have got something to prove, and, you know, I kind of get the pin this early on. You know, you kind of want to make an impact as fast as you can, and who knows, you might get lucky.
But we've talked a lot about Dong. What about Dank Poop State? As far as I know, he is one of the newer members of the Exotic Husbands, coming in after they lost a few members after the tag tournament. And you've got to wonder what he's really adding to the stable here. You know, he's kind of an enigmatic person, a different style of wrestling, huge body slam there. And you got to wonder, what's Dong thinking adding him to the stable?
Well, I think a lot of these stables are kind of just, you know, hate to be this way, but a lot of them are just kind of add bodies in there, you know. So really, you're kind of hope you get some kind of surprise out of a lot of these guys. You know, maybe they'll show up, maybe they'll kind of add something, but so far, you know, we haven't seen too much from him.
And so far, these competitors just feeling each other out pretty early here. You know, just the early stages of the tag match, trying to get some offense and trying to wear down your opponent, especially for the Exotic Husbands right now, trying to understand what their opponents are all about. You know, we've said this a couple times now, but these guys are brand new to the division. Maybe they've wrestled each other elsewhere in the world. I don't think they have, just based on the information I have in front of me. But ooh, huge clothesline there from Forge and Fire.
And another pin early on, but doesn't even get to 2 count on that one.
Dong attacking him while he's down with those stomps in the elbow, trying to just work the back here. Again, huge atomic drop. But the Gay Space Cowboys have been pretty successful in cutting off the ring from their opponents, backing them into the corner and not letting them get that tag. See, even now, even as Dong is approaching his corner, Forged and Fire champion with the huge Ushigoroshi just trying to get him, prevent him from making the tag, and unsuccessful, but you know, you gotta admire the attempt either way.
Oh yeah, I mean, they've come out with nothing but offense to start this match, but they've been playing it kind of smart. You know, lucky they got the tag in there, because there's been a little bit of a beatdown going on in this ring.
And Bobson, we are 6 minutes into this match, and we have not seen the other member of Gay Space Cowboys, Big Daddy D, tag in yet. Oh, I guess as I'm saying it, he's going to. Ooh, Tiger Suplex attempt thwarted by Dank Poopstain. And he eats another knee to the belly for his troubles. You gotta wonder, these guys are just stringing together power move after power move here. You gotta wonder what that's doing to the stamina of the Exotic Husbands.
Yeah, because they're running into the gamut right now, and you know, Big Daddy D is really kind of making a name for himself, getting the pin down.
Huge double team suplex all the way to the outside.
Oh my god. I hope, he got up pretty quick on that one, I will say that much. I'm glad to see him get up. I was kind of worried for a second, but, you know, it looks like he was down there for just, you know, 1 second, literally.
And Big Daddy D going for the gorilla press into the knee directly to the groin. Earl dipshit out here, not really caring about the rules too much. Just here to count the pins and count the taps, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it looks like so far. I mean, I will say the one thing we've seen a lot of in even in the tag tournament, there was some issues with pins for certain teams. I'm not going to say any names, and it looks like that's not going to be an issue starting out in this first match of the night.
No, everyone in SWW tonight is here to win. The tournaments are one thing. You get tired, you get worn out, you just get dragged down. But everyone is coming into this event fresh, and everyone is coming to win. And you can see that here with the huge Tiger Suplex from Big Daddy D. Ooh, the simultaneous running clothesline and dropkick, and then a huge statement from Forged and Fire Champion there, all the way to the gut-wrench suplex. This team, I try to be an unbiased commentator. This team is impressing me right now.
And they really are. They have come out and they are making a name for this faction already, and they're backing up a good bit of that talk. It gets them down with a pin.
2.9. This early in the match, 11 minutes in, the husbands have to be wondering what they can do to stop this from happening.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, at this rate, the Gay Space Cowboys are going to be taking their first win. I mean, I don't see what Exotic Husbands can do to stop this offense right now. This just torrential downpour just hits.
These dongs in there trying to break things up for his partner, trying to get a little bit of offense in Fortune Fire Champion where he can. Ooh, misses the Stinger Splash. You gotta wonder, his whole front side and his back have been worked over so much. Fortune Fire Champion really working the body. You gotta wonder how that splash in the corner is gonna affect his stamina. And right now we have Big Daddy D with a huge neck crank on the outside.
I think we've questioned a little bit of Dipshit's refereeing, but I don't know if he's going to take a tap out from outside the ring with a man who isn't even legal.
But then Poopstain took some initiative there, tried to help his partner out. I got to talk to Dank Poopstain a little bit in the back, and I tried to ask him about his strategy here, being a newest member of the Husbands and teaming with Dong, someone he doesn't really know that much about. But he didn't really say anything back to me. Not a man of many words. He just kind of smelled bad. I said, okay, and then I left. And I didn't really think about it until now, but that enigmatic process is probably working to his advantage right now.
It really seems to be that way. And they're just putting lock. It looks like the Exotic Husbands might be trying to turn the tide of this match around a little, but Gay Space Cowboys are not going to let that happen.
Huge Big Daddy screwdriver from Big Daddy D. Oh, I almost thought that would be the Exotic Husband.
What a kick out.
That's the resiliency of Dong. That's something we've always admired about this wrestler. You think he has nothing left in the tank, but he's got that 1-2 miles left till empty.
Right after the sweet chin music with the pin.
Only a 2 count, though.
Yeah, it was interrupted. There's no telling how long that might have gone for.
Huge exploder suplex from Big Daddy D.
Looks like he's going to go for the tag.
Instead of pinning his opponent. You've got to wonder what the strategy is there. It allows Dank Poopstain to escape a little bit. I would assume the wrestlers will probably want to get away from him anyway this far in the match. There's really not a reason to be that close to a man named Dank Poopstain. But just a kick to the gut and a pin gets a 2 count. Again, you gotta wonder about this enigmatic strategy, this absolute mystery surrounding Dank Poopstain.
Yeah, and I get what he's doing. Dong does need a breather. He has been out there for most of this match. I mean, we're nearing 17 minutes right now, and Dank Poopstain needs to give him a breather so Dong can come out and maybe try to finish it.
Tag to Dong, you might be right. Huge sliced bread.
What a move.
Huge neck breaker. Stringing together so much offense. Stepping, shining wizard.
Forged in Fire. The Gay Space Cowboys are quickly making a name for themselves here tonight. The tag team division has to be paying attention backstage. They have to be watching this match and just thinking, oh God, I hope they don't come up for the titles. Looks like that breather was all Dong needed to put a little more offense in there. He's slow to get up, but he's been laying the moves on Forged in Fire so far.
Reverse atomic drop leads to Forged in Fire Champion making the tag. A smart call there. I would not want to be in the ring for this long with a fired up Dong right now anyway.
Big Daddy D comes back in. Dank Poopstain comes back in. A little bit of confusion on who is the legal man, I imagine.
Exactly, Earl Dipshit. Ooh, ass attack from Dank Poop Stain.
You love to see it whenever it comes around. You hate it for Big Daddy D.
And a couple of huge lariats for good measure. But not able to make the pin. Big Daddy returning with a lariat of his own. You know, I was excited to see the Gay Space Cowboys, but I didn't know they would take Exotic Husbands to this sort of extreme.
Yeah, and Exotic Husbands, honestly, I would be worried if I was them right now, because Big Daddy D, he doesn't even look tired. And there goes the pin.
Huge Big Daddy driver if Dong can make the, kick out at 2.9.
Poop Stain will just not stay down. Big Daddy D got him in a headlock down there, but I don't know how effective it's going to be.
Big Daddy recliner thwarted. Dank Poop Stain with a huge sidewalk slam.
Trying to put the offense back in there, and he's going to bring Dong right back out, I swear. Dang does not want to be the one to lose this match tonight.
He does not want to be in that ring right now.
I
don't blame him.
I mean, the Gay Space Cowboys have come out here quick, and they're making such a name for themselves. I think he's over there just saying, Dong, don't tag me in. I don't want to be back in there. The Forged in Fire is going to come back in. They let Dong go there for the tag on Dank.
Good strategy by Dong. Dank Poop Stain going up and coming back down, and Dong taking some time to showboat. Same with Dank Poop Stain.
I gotta say, they might not be getting offensive, but they sure are. The crowd of this crowd of 6 is cheering them on.
They have at least 4 fans cheering them right now, which is an overwhelming majority.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it. Roll-up pin real quick by Forged in Fire.
Not enough to secure the victory. Dong went back to that Russian leg sweep. We are seeing a classic in the making here, Bobson.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. These guys will just not stay down. They going for the pin!
What is going to put this team away?
And it looks like the tides are starting to turn. The Gay Space Cowboys are kind of starting to move it a little.
Big Ushigoroshi from Forged in Fire champion.
We've seen
whatever the next move is, this is crucial. We are 24 minutes into this match right now. This is absolutely crucial that one of these teams gets the pin before they get injured at this point. You have to realize these guys are out here wrestling. They have been tired. They have been doing athletic feats that none of us can even fathom. You gotta wonder what that's gonna do to their body long term. You gotta just fight another day, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and Poop Stain has just been wailing on Big Daddy D, but he brings Dong back in, and I just don't know if this is the move right now for him. They've got to be thinking
all 3 men are down off the 3-way simultaneous headbutt. The crowd is on their feet, standing ovation for all 3 men. Fight forever chants echoing around this extremely empty warehouse as Big Daddy D gets the crowd on the Gay Space Cowboys side and hopefully looking to put Dong away here.
You would hope so, but they just refuse to go down, and Dong is coming back out, and you think Forged in Fire is going to try to go for the pin pretty soon. They got to be thinking about end game here. They've been beaten up on it pretty good, but it's time to get some pins.
And I made the comment about 15 minutes ago that Dong's body being worked over, but I'm a little worried about his head at this point. No pun intended. That man has taken about 5 Ushigoroshis to the face, just took a sliding kick from Forged in Fire champion, and I'm wondering about a potential concussion now.
Yeah, by the end of this match, I don't know how long we're going to have to wait before we see them in another pay-per-view. Forged in Fire just continuing with this relentless offense on Poop Stain.
Ooh, was attempting another baseball slide kick there, but was thwarted. And Canadian Destroyer from Forged in Fire champion. Could this be it? Nope. Dong's going to break it up.
Dong with the quick kick.
Both men are down. Forged in Fire champion with another sliding baseball kick with a roll-up pin.
Roll-up pin!
And what is going to put the Exotic Husbands away? This is that stamina I was talking about, the resiliency. These guys have run SWW for months now, and they're not going to be stopped by some new team coming in and taking over their turf.
Kick to the chin, but Dank doesn't stay down for long. And I got to tell you, I don't know what it's going to take. Poop Stain has been kicking out of every single pin at 2.9. I just got to, at this rate, you want Dong to come back in maybe so he can get a little breather for Dank, but I don't know if Big Daddy D's gonna let that happen.
Third Big Daddy driver. I think Poopstain has taken at least 2 of those, potentially all 3. Uh-oh, Dong tuning up the band. Super kick to the chin. Broken up at 2.
Forged in fire. They are not going to let this match end early, and this is a contender for match of the year right now. Honestly, I know it is the first match of this, the first match tonight, and it's turning into a barn burner.
Earl Dipshit missing a low blow there. Big Daddy D hitting a belly to belly, and then Dong telling him to suck it.
Probably Big Daddy D responded pretty quick on that one. This match has officially hit 30 minutes. These guys, I don't see how they're still standing, let alone wrestling each other.
Fujiwara armbar, quick, and that's the tap, quick tap.
There it is.
Picking up their victory in their first ever match in SWW from a quick Fujiwara armbar by Big Daddy. And you see Dank running into the ring there, trying to help his teammate. Big Daddy standing there, stalking his prey.
And you got to think, if you're Exotic Husbands, you can't feel too bad. I mean, they just refuse to stay down. If they can just figure out a way to get a little more offense going for their next match, maybe they can do something. But I will say, the Gay Space Cowboys have come out and they have made a name for themselves tonight.
I could not agree more, Bobson. These two have to be in title contention at that point. From that strong of a win against that strong of a team, you really couldn't ask for much more.
Yeah, you got that right. And we are gearing up tonight for what is going to be one of the best grudge matches of the evening, with Damon Sky taking on Don't Go Jason Waterfalls. What are you expecting out of this match tonight?
Nothing but sheer violence, honestly. And I don't mean in a hardcore sense. Jason Waterfalls called Damon Sky a piece of shit looking shit. I mean, I don't know how you could recover from that, or how you couldn't just be furious with that. I got to talk to Damon Sky a little bit before this match started, and he was just pacing around in the locker room, screaming, punching lockers. He punched a hole in the wall, kicked over some chairs, knocked over a garbage can, and really, really made a point to tell me that he is not a piece of shit looking shit. It really got to him. It really got under Damon Sky's skin. Jason Waterfalls, not much of a talker these days, but when he does, man, his words cut deep. And you've also got to wonder, even if Damon Sky wins this, what's he going to do about Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi? Like, why did he even want that shot to begin with?
Yeah, you got that right, and I think what's going to end up being Jason Waterfalls, I think what's going to end up being one of his biggest strengths in Slaughterhouse Wrestling is his ability to get under his opponent's skin. If Damon comes out tonight, hot as ever, just super hot-headed, he might be off his game a little. He's going to try to come out quick, and if Jason can turn that around on him and just let him wear himself out, he might have a chance to beat him up here tonight, make it, tell him the bankrollers are here, and, they're going to make an impact on this entire league.
You've got a point there, Bobson, but Jason's also going to watch out for that resiliency of Damon. This is the man that Walnut went outside and grabbed 5 chairs just to beat. And he lived to tell the tale. He is still here on this pay-per-view wrestling this match. That is the kind of resiliency that I could not fathom. I'm a little scared of Damon, honestly. I feel like this man could walk through a burning building and come out without a burn.
Yeah, you got to say... You got that right. You got that right. I think both guys are getting ready here tonight, and it looks like they're about ready to come out and show the Slaughterhouse Wrestling fans what they're made of.
So we'll take it down to Earl Dipshit for this match.
You can see all 6 of these fans here tonight. You can hear them cheering. You can see them in the crowd.
These fans love Damon Sky. I kind of see why. I mean, just like over the past few matches, he's really proved that he has a lot of heart, and he has the heart, the wrestling acumen, and just, the ability to connect with the fans in a way that I don't think Don't Go Jason Waterfalls really can.
And honestly, I don't think Jason Waterfalls cares. I don't think he cares to connect with fans. I think he's here to get a paycheck, and he's here to kick some ass, get a paycheck, and get back out the door. He's got some jorts he's got to go by, and that store closes pretty soon. So this match is going to have to be under 15 for him tonight.
Kick straight to the face to start it out. Damon Sky coming hot out the gate. hitting Jason Waterfall so many times in the face. Jason returning with a hip toss of his own.
And it looks like he's going to be targeting that beard of Jason. You know, maybe he sees that as a weakness for him. He's been watching a bunch of his matches. I know Limitless is not a faction to take lightly, and Damon's been leading them since the inaugural pay-per-view.
And Bobson, you gotta love seeing two white balls in a match together. I mean, there's really endless people to root for here. Just two bald white men slugging it out, slapping the shit out of each other. You love to see it.
You know, I could not agree with you more, and I will tell you, these fans here in Texas, that's all they're used to seeing, and they still love it.
Huge gut-wrench suplex from Damon there. Something we haven't really talked about too much is just the sheer strength of Damon Sky.
Yeah, I mean, Jason's going to have his work cut out for him tonight, you know. Damon doesn't mess around, you know. Jason, I think he's got his strengths, he's got his weaknesses, but, you know, the mic isn't going to help him once the match starts. You know, he's got to really show up in this ring, and Damon has been just toying with him tonight to get started.
Ooh, huge lariat from Don't Go Jason Waterfalls there, and you have to watch out for those strikes from him. Don't Go Jason Waterfalls, if, you know, I have to provide my unbiased opinion here, maybe a little bit of an underrated striker here in SWW. You know, he hasn't gotten too many wins to his name yet, but every time I've seen him in a match, his strikes look better than most of the people on the cards.
Oh, Damon throws him over here. He is in front of us at the announce table. We're getting a bird's eye view of this match.
5, 6.
I will say, Walter, you're looking pretty good on camera.
Thanks, Bobson. You too.
10.
As the dipshit is counting, and these guys seem to.
Don't Go Jason Waterfalls has a chair. What is he going to do with that chair? He swings, misses twice, and gets an uppercut for his troubles.
Yeah, it looks like he had a bit of a strategy issue there. I mean, I see where he was going with it, but it doesn't look like it kind of panned out. And I guess that chair will just sit there for the rest of the match unless one of these men decide to pick it back up.
Bobson, that's a little something we call Chekhov's gun, and you don't call attention to it.
But we'll just ignore it for the rest of the match then, as Jason kicks out of a 2 count.
Huge! Wait, the neutralizer, 5 minutes into the match, Damon Sky going for the pin. I gotta say that's a smart call.
Another
Jason
2 count kick out. I swear, that's the one thing we're going to have to see from Jason tonight is resiliency. He's got to get some. If Damon's going to keep getting his moves, he's got to start getting some reversals in there. Like, there you go.
We keep saying it keeps happening. Sliding D from Jason Waterfalls there.
Both of these guys have been put on a pretty great show for us so far, I will say. And Damon with the spin. Hate to be Jason Waterfalls right now.
Ooh, swing and a miss there, but I guess Jason Waterfalls got a little dizzy and just thought he was a little closer than he was.
Jason has ran for those ropes a few times tonight and just kind of decided, nah, I'm good. So I'm kind of curious when he's finally going to come back and maybe get some kind of hit on Damon.
The second neutralizer hits Jason Waterfalls.
Gotta think the pin's coming you up here. Oh, Damon's about to get his match with Ricky Big Bucks if he keeps this up. They're at 7 minutes. He got a 2.9 count on Jason Waterfalls. He goes up on the top rope.
Huge senton connects with Damon Sky. Jason dragging him more towards the center of the ring.
If you're Jason,
he needs a third neutralizer for his troubles.
And you gotta expect another pin right here. We'll see how long he gets.
You know, Don't Go Jason Waterfalls is showing me a lot more here than I have seen before in the past. Huge arm drag there, connects with Damon Sky. But you know, I've said that he's an underrated striker, but I have not seen much in the way of resiliency from him. And so far, kicking out of 3 neutralizers, I've had my mind change.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I mean, I know him and the guys are working out at the Big Money Gym, you know, every single day of the week leading up to this pay-per-view. And we see him right there just kind of standing over Damon instead of going for any kind of attempt at a pin, which we've noticed is kind of an issue with the bankrollers. So we'll see maybe if they kind of try to figure out some kind of new strategy.
Yeah, you know, the bankrollers are all out there for a paycheck. You know, Big Money Marty and Ricky Big Bucks here, bankrolling, no pun intended, the whole thing. And Jason Waterfalls, the Chicago Cowboy, and the Milkman have just been there reaping the benefits. Oh, Jason getting up immediately after the neutralizer. No pin attempt. Jason going up top again, hitting another one of those huge sentons that he favors so much.
And he goes way back up.
Oh, misses the second one. Got a little too greedy there, just like the bankrollers always do.
They told him well, looks like. He's learning, but these guys, Jason standing over Damon once again. He has got to start getting some pins in there.
Huge tiger suplex there.
As he goes up again on the top rope.
Easy butterfly suplex. I need to get those right.
This is senton bombs and neutralizers tonight. That's what we're seeing out here.
This is a slugfest. This is a 90s All Japan style. Holy shit, the infinite gaze. If he's too tired to get the pin. Creating some breathing room here. Good strategy by Don't Go Jason Waterfalls. Connects with the springboard missile drop kick, trying to just create some room, get some breath.
Gets the kendo stick out.
Using the butt of that kendo stick to his advantage and grappling Damon Sky down. You know, Jason has been taking so many big moves and giving so many big moves that I'm not sure he's going to beat this count, Bobson.
He barely got back in. But that he needs to catch his breath here, and he stops in the middle of a run again.
Nice. Up man down.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing these guys wrestle a number of times over the next few months. They clearly have some kind of chemistry here in the ring, and I don't want it to stop myself. I feel like we could watch this all night long.
I completely agree. You know, Don't Go Jason Waterfalls here, really reminding me of a lot of hybrid strikers and grapplers. Guys like Chris Dickinson, guys like Walter, going out there and just delivering huge bomb after huge bomb. And look at these strikes to the face, these boots to the gut. This is that bankroller strategy coming into play, winning by any means necessary out there in the ring. It's all about the paycheck. You know how these guys roll.
Oh, I do for sure know how these guys work. Waterfall throws him out again, but goes to the top rope.
Huge missile drop kick again. And the tides have turned. I think Don't Go Jason Waterfalls has really strung together a solid bit of offense here.
Damon gets the chair ready.
Oh, right over the bald cranium of Don't Go Jason Waterfalls. After taking 3 neutralizers, you gotta wonder what that's doing to his brain right now.
Ooh, Jason drops him on top of the chair. And you know, it's been 15 minutes. I think we've seen one pin from Jason. It really looks like more than trying to win. He's out here to make a name for himself. He's out here to show I'm not just in the bankrollers because they need a body. I'm in here because I bring something to the table for these guys. If Damon wants to wrestle Ricky, I'm going to make sure he's hurt.
And the 4th neutralizer connects. Damon Sky too winded to make the pin. Probably a mistake. I would have, you know, personally I would have just gone for a lazy cover there, if anything, because he's going to take another infinite gaze. Jason Waterfalls is not here to play, hitting the ghetto clutch.
And the pin kicked out in two infinite gazes.
Don't Go Jason Waterfalls wearing him down again, just breaking his defenses, you know, not even physically, but just emotionally too. You know, it's a lot to just get rolled on your back like that and just beaten senseless.
And throws him outside of the ring once again, and he's going to go to the top rope, because of course he is.
Look, Don't Go Jason Waterfalls has about 4 moves. But, you know, just like another great bald wrestler said, 4 moves is really all you need.
And I gotta agree with you here. He is getting some offense. If he can get back in the ring and maybe try to keep him out, he might win by count out here tonight, but it's not going to happen here.
Well, you know Don't Go Jason Waterfalls would take that count out win. This is not a man with honor. This is a man who has come to hurt Damon Sky and collect his paycheck.
Well, we saw Damon Sky on the ground multiple times in this match, down on the mat, and he is getting kicked, punched in the face while throwing his hands up saying, no, please don't.
The 5th neutralizer not even phasing Don't Go Jason Waterfalls here. I'm starting to think he's got a metal plate in his head. I wish Earl Dipshit had checked him a little better before he let this man compete in this match.
Dipshit, he's let a lot of things happen. I mean, this is early on, I understand, but this, I don't know how this promotion's going to have guys wrestling next week after this.
Don't Go Jason Waterfalls with a huge super kick, laying out Damon Sky.
And he stands watching. If he's going to take a cover, it needs to be now.
We're 20 minutes into this match. You know, we made a comment about how long the last match was. This is just 2 guys out here. They aren't tagging back and forth. They are out here working all of these moves. getting hit, laid out of the mat like this, getting hit with chairs, kendo sticks. These guys would have to be exhausted.
I don't know how it's going to end right now. I have to expect Damon will be getting a pin again in the second after, I'm guessing, the neutralizer. Another infinite
gaze.
As he goes. Got him in the pin again.
I truly do not know what either of these men is going to have to do to put the other one away. I think death may be involved.
I don't know what they could be eating for breakfast, but it must be Wheaties, because these guys are athletes, pure and simple. Nothing is keeping them down.
You know, we are out here live in an actual abandoned slaughterhouse. There is a lot of equipment out here. I would not be surprised if these men left the ring and tried to make good use of it. Jason Waterfall is going for another ghetto clutch pin attempt. And finds about the exact amount of success. It's got to be demoralizing at this point. Huge crossface applied by Damon Sky and is going to
tap out. What a match tonight. Damon made a name for himself, but so did Jason Waterfalls. He cannot be ashamed of that finish.
No, he really can't be. You know, it's a shame to get beaten in 22 minutes, but that was an absolute classic. One of the best matches I have ever seen as my time as an SWW commentator. And, you know, Damon Sky may be moving up the ranks, but Jason Waterfall proved that he is not just a hired gun for the bankrollers. He is here to stay, and he is here to be a force in SWW.
I got to agree with you, Walter. You really know what you're talking about. I mean, Jason, how many times did he pull something out from under the ring? I got to say, he's got a guy under there, he got the chair, he got 2 kendo sticks during the match. So this guy, he's definitely got some ideas. I'd hate to see him in a match where he could get DQ'd, because I don't know how he could even finish that. But I got to tell you, that was a hell of a match. I mean, the second match of the night to go over 20 minutes, and these 6 fans are getting all their money's worth here tonight.
And I would also ask that those 6 fans please make sure they back away from ringside for this match. We see now that there are people coming down. Oh, excuse me, I actually have the match order wrong. I thought this was the no DQ match. This is actually a singles match from STO of Behold a Dark Horse and the Demented One, Orville Neal. You know, this is one of those interesting matches. We've seen a lot of debuts on this card. Hopefully those 6 fans will come back up now that I have chased them away from ringside. I think 1 is left. We might be at slightly less than capacity sellout now. But, you know, we've seen a lot of debuts on this card already, a whole faction debut. But Orville Neal is one of those guys who I have had my eye on ever since he signed his SWW contract.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. This guy was kind of infamous in the Indies. He had a really great run in multiple promotions, but he kept getting kicked out of them because the guy was just too hardcore. He would get about halfway through his matches, and then something inside of him would change. This man has got something going on inside of his head. And if I was STO, I'd be a little worried tonight. I mean, the guy, STO, he's ready for a singles run. He's gunning for that title just as bad as Chicago Cowboy wants it. And I got to say, I would be scared to have the Demented One standing in my way.
I think I would be too, but you know, Orville Neal, as much success as he's had on the independent circuit, STO has been a force in SWW. Behold a Dark Horse coming in very high in the tag team tournament and making a name for himself in the SWW heavyweight title tournament as well. You know, Orville Neal's fought the best of the best around the world, but I don't know if he's got the skills to face the best of the best in SWW.
I gotta agree with you there, Walter, and it looks like the guys are ready. They are getting ready to come out to the ring, and we'll see what they have in store for us tonight. First 2 matches were some of the best we've seen so far in the SWW, so we got to think it's going to keep going like that tonight.
Bobson, I will be right back with you in 1 second.
Fans, I got to tell you, I know you're sitting there watching at home, but I cannot express how terrifying this man looks in person. I do not want him coming out of the ring. I do not want him on our side. And STO, I think if any man is going to be taking down the Demented One, it's going to be him here tonight. I know this isn't a title match, but I mean, I think this could be a potential These could be two potential title holders in this league. So let's see how it gets kind of going early on. Kind of testing each other out strength-wise. STO lays a powerful strike to Orville's back. I gotta say, the size of both of these guys is monstrous. It is something else, these men. These are muscular, big men. Oh, gets a step to the groin on STO there.
STO coming out of the gate early there. A couple of huge moves. A belly-to-belly suplex over the top rope. This is what I was talking about. Orville Neal's fought a lot of opponents over the years, but I don't know if he's fought anyone quite like STO.
Well, did you see that? He wasn't even down for a second. He threw him. His head had to have hit that turnbuckle as he flew down there to the floor, and he got right back up and in the ring. This man is terrifying.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has a scratch on him. Ooh, huge overhead suplex from STO connects again.
And
Orville Neal just delivering some strikes of his own. Drop down into a boot to the gut, blocked, and STO with a clubbing blow over the head. These absolute warriors are going back and forth here, Bobson. I don't know if either of them is going to make it out of this contest alive.
Yeah, I gotta say, and I'm just glad this match isn't a no DQ, because it looks like Orville, not just Orville, he's the demented one. He looks like he's got some pretty sick, tormented ideas in his head of what he could do to STO, but I would hate to see STO unhinged in this ring.
Oh, of course. That's the thing you have to worry about wrestling someone like Orville Neal, is he has his own agenda and he has his own style of wrestling, but when he drags you down to that level, that is where you lose.
You got that right, and STO's making him play at his own level tonight, making him show off some of the strength early on. What a series there. These men are just testing each other out, testing the ropes on the side just to see what they can do here.
You know, these are two of the best heavyweights that SWW has to offer. We haven't really talked about that yet. We've seen, you know, the Gay Space Cowboys and the Exotic Husbands, Dank Poop stand aside, who is a completely indeterminate weight. And then, you know, you've got Jason Waterfalls and you've got, my mind pointing to his opponent, Damon Scott, and they're all fairly big athletic men, but these are two big guys here in the ring right now. Just big men slapping meaty meat together, running into each other, causing a ruckus, making loud noises. You know, you love to see it. This is just heavyweight wrestling at its finest.
Yeah, you got that right. And these guys, I think after this match, we might have to be going to Commissioner Lewis and just kind of asking him, hey, you know, what would you think about getting a heavyweight division started in this league? Because it really looks like we might need it.
Ooh, huge roll-up from Orville Neal there. You've also seen STO a few times here. Throw Orville Neal to the ropes and take a breather before he hits his next move. You know, STO is an absolute powerhouse here, but he is really having to use all of his strength to lift someone like Orville Neal and slam him over the top ropes and down to the mat like he has now. Even there, that is taking so much out of STO to do that.
Man, he's going to have to be catching his breath. Anytime he gets, he's going to have to catch his breath here tonight. He's not going to get many opportunities. Orville is not staying down.
Huge one. I gotta stop saying huge, but that is a huge one-leg Boston Crab. You know, Orville Neal really hasn't broken a sweat here. We've seen STO have to take several breaks, but Orville Neal popping right back up. Ooh, reversal Hurricane Rana, hitting him with an exclamation point literally coming out of his hand.
Wow.
As far as I'm concerned, Orville Neal's already made a statement. Win or lose here, this is a man who is a force to be reckoned with already, taking STO to his limits.
In this match, I have a feeling this match is not going to be one of the longer ones of the night. Both these guys, especially STO, I think they're going to start getting a little winded. They just put so much into every single match here tonight.
Huge Sister Abigail there leads to the pinfall. That was almost it for STO. That was the first real pin of the match, and you know, a 2 count right there. That says a lot about how much STO is going through.
And he's going to have to start getting some pretty big offense. I think we could consider maybe throwing Orville out of the ring again, try to catch some breath as he gets the pin on Orville real quick.
Orville showing his first sign of weakness the entire match there, but I do not blame him after being slammed around like this.
I think I said it earlier, but I think these two guys could be potential title holders in the future. I think this could be a title match in the making as he takes out
Earl Dipshit. Earl Dipshit bleeding from the top of his head. STO hitting a huge ground zero spirit bomb.
No one to count, and that's more than 3
That
seconds
was
there.
a 3 count right there. Earl Dipshit covered in his own blood as these two gladiators are slugging it out.
You gotta feel bad for STO on that one, but that's how matches go sometimes. We have Dipshit as our referee, and that's what's gonna happen some of these matches.
And you know, we've talked about Orville Neal and how he fought everyone on the independent circuit and had success, but we really haven't talked about how he's gotten that success. I don't think that Earl Dipshit, violence towards our sweet referee out here was really as accidental as it looked.
Yeah, I think if some of our users get on YouTube, look up some clips, they're gonna be seeing some really familiar things. And ever since then, Orville has kind of taken the offensive here and just kind of been putting STO on his heels, but STO gets right back at it. He is exhausted. If Orville gets him down for the pin again, I don't know if he's going to get out of it.
Big STO from Orville there, leading towards a giant gorilla press power bomb from STO, and that was almost all she wrote there. But Orville Neal on his feet first after kicking out, a resiliency that I have not seen from any other wrestler. Huge strikes to the head, and you just gotta wonder, was that over 3 count pin? Was that just a rest for Orville Neal? Did he do that just so he could sit on the ground for a little bit and say, "Oh, I'll just take a little breather"?
Ooh, another close call there for STO as Orville is just putting on a clinic against him, but looks like STO is going to take a breather himself, try to get something going because he knows Orville. He knows he's going to come right back at it.
Yeah, at this point, I wouldn't even go for the pin. You've got to wear Orville down more, else you're just going to expend your own energy trying to just keep them on the mat.
STO, I'm kind of curious why he went out of the ring on that one. I feel like that should have been a chance to get a breather. Oh, what a move outside the ring.
Huge power slam to the gorilla press position.
STO, you might be getting the count out on this one. I'd be hopping back up in the ring if I were you.
Just admiring his handiwork. He doesn't even want to get pinfall victory.
He looks like he might be a double count out here tonight.
We have gone to a double count out finish here, folks, at SWW1. STO delivering the huge gorilla press power slam, keeping Orville Neal on the outside and saying, you know what, I don't even want to win. I don't want this win over you. I just want to hurt you.
I gotta tell you, the fans loved it though. They were into it. You know, you scared them off at first, come right back down, and they were cheering ringside. I think STO got a little distracted by some of the fans cheering for him, and he was considering how famous he's gotten now that he's in Slaughterhouse. It might have gotten to his head a little.
Oh, yeah. You really have to think that may have been what happened there. He may have gotten a little too cocky, but, not to diminish from my unbiased nature, but STO, I kind of thought he might have had that in the bag the whole time. His strength is something that most wrestlers just can't get around. And, props to Orville Neal for trying. He really had some good stuff out there, but STO
Really
becoming a more dominant force. You have to imagine a match like that has title implications, too, down the line.
Oh yeah, no doubt whatsoever. Both of those guys put on a clinic against each other at different points of the match, and you got to think STO is going to spend the next month thinking about what could have been in that one. Hopefully it won't keep him down too long, but he, honestly, that might have been a little on him. But up next we have a terrifying event that's going to happen right in front of us. Walter, I'm kind of scared to be ringside for this one.
Yeah, and we were talking about how that one was a classic wrestling match, bombs being thrown left and right. This is not going to be that, folks. If you have any small children in the room, or if you have any very sensitive people around you, I would suggest that they leave and not watch this match. This is going to be a violent, bloody affair between two violent, bloody people.
Psychotic King taking on Lucifer coming up next. Looks like the guys are getting ready. Come on out here tonight.
And Bobson, we got to talk about Lucifer for a second. So this is two guys making their debut match inside of this barbed wire. Lucifer Velasquez being the one that is masked, and the Psychotic one being the one in the purple top, I think is the best word to describe that.
We'll go with top for now.
But Lucifer Velasquez has been on a rampage ever since signing with SWW. This may be his debut match, but left and right, he has been talking smack and trying to get people to join his Lost Souls. And folks, if you don't know what that means, if Lucifer Velasquez wins this match, he literally wins the Psychotic One's soul.
I mean, the stakes could literally not be any higher for the Psychotic King here tonight. And he's no pushover himself. He is 6'6", 300 pounds of nothing but terror. This man was in an insane asylum in Germany until he broke out. I mean, this guy might be wanted in Europe for all we know right now, and we have got him in front of us wrestling around barbed wire.
Exactly, Bobson. And if I'm remembering right, he may be wanted in Europe, but isn't Lucifer literally from hell?
Yes, he is, in fact, from hell.
The depths of hell, if I could be a little more precise. So, you could be wanted in Germany, you could be wanted in London, you could be wanted in Spain, hell, you could be wanted in Switzerland for all I care. But until you're literally from the depths of hell, I don't really know if this is your element here.
Yeah, and these guys are going at it early. Oh! Psychotic King into the barbed wire to get going.
And a huge leg drop there is an exclamation point on that move, but it really does not even bother the Psychotic King. He is up, he is moving, he is hitting sentons with aggression.
Yeah, the one thing you got to worry about is these guys, they're going to start losing some blood here in a second as Lucifer gets kicked to the hindquarters on Psychotic King.
And a 1 count for just a kick straight to the ass. You have to wonder what the strategy is there.
Both of these guys, they have nothing but fear and terror in their veins, and once this blood starts pouring, I'm kind of afraid what might be happening in the ring.
I've watched a lot of death matches in my life. A lot of Onita, a lot of Nick Gage, a lot of Matt Tremont, a lot of Mance Warner, a lot of I could go on and drop a bunch of names that you can pick up. But really, this is the first time in my life where I have been absolutely terrified to watch a death match unfold in front of me. I am scared that one of these competitors will take that literally.
Well, I mean, if Psychotic King loses, he loses his soul. So, I mean, we have a potential to see someone die in this ring. I'm not too sure how the soul stealing goes for Lucifer. I'm hoping it happens backstage, because that's really not something these 6 fans need to see. We have some kids in the audience.
Oh no, I don't want to see that either. I have the number of a priest on hand in case things kind of go awry, but I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, that is a real possibility here tonight.
Explosion from hitting the barbed wire. These barbed wire ropes are rigged with explosives, Mr. Pogo, Onita, Hayabusa style, FMW style. And it does not even seem to phase the Demented One as he hits a black hole slam, bag of ham on Lucifer Velasquez in a big boot for good measure.
He is doing everything he can to defend his soul here tonight. He says, I am not ready to go to hell just yet, maybe in a little while, but not right now.
And going into this match, I thought Lucifer might have something going on. I believe I may have misquoted that this was his debut. Ooh, explosion on Lucifer, and he is bleeding all over the place now. But if I'm remembering right, he actually made his debut during the tag title tournament, and that is my mistake as a commentator for insinuating that this is his debut. But, going into this match, I think he was the one I was looking forward to seeing the most, because he's talking the most smack, and he has his Lost Souls stable that he is trying to build up. But really, huge spinning Blue Thunder Bomb, almost like Power Bomb there from the Demented One. But I was going to say the Demented One has been really the biggest force in this match.
Yeah, you've got that right. I think it's a 2.9 count on Lucifer, and I was thinking about that earlier. It looks like the Demented One, I think he might be taunting Lucifer with that top. I think Lucifer might have gotten a costume mix-up backstage before the tag tournament. I think he was wearing something like that, and he was a little nonplussed after the match about it. I think he might have gotten into his head here tonight, because he's been laying a clinic on him so far.
Oh, I could not agree more, Bobson. And hey, I got a question for you.
What you got?
What do you think that helmet's made out of?
I don't even want to think about it.
Oh, the claw, and immediately going Magna, putting his hand over his wrist to hit his own pressure point and increase the pressure on his left hand past what it could actually go past. It was acting under his own volition. You know, it's really wearing the Demented One down. Well, I said that, but now he's hitting a power bomb, so it was a good move, but all for naught. Big boot to the face from the Demented One right to Lucifer Velasquez. And the reason I'm even asking about that helmet is because he's eaten a lot of big boots tonight. You know, that may have been the third or fourth one, and it doesn't seem to faze him at all. I'm wondering if Earl Dipshit should have maybe, you know, put some hands on that mask and made sure it wasn't made of metal or anything else.
I don't think you can pay a referee enough to put some hands on that mask. I don't know how close I'd feel comfortable getting to Lucifer as he gets the pin.
Only a 2 count.
One more second. The Demented One would have lost his soul for all eternity.
Another huge black hole slam bag of ham from the Demented One on the bloody Lucifer Velasquez, bleeding all over the place. I really hope we're going to sanitize this ring after.
I hope so too. I'm sure Supreme and the Bankrollers are not going to wrestle in this bloody mess. The Bankrollers will buy a new ring if they have to, but heck, they'll buy a new Slaughterhouse.
Tombstone pile driver from Lucifer Velasquez. He is too tired to even make the cover. He knows it's going to be too weak to keep the Demented One down. And, you know, that's got to be a sign of respect between these two guys. You know, there's not really much respect among thieves when it comes to death matches, but these guys are out here clearly just respecting the hell out of each other.
2.9 count by Lucifer out there. Lucifer finally getting his offense going.
Third Tombstone finally gets the pin, and folks, I hate to be the one to have to announce this to you, but the Demented One has lost his soul.
I wonder if that purple top is also going to be part of his journey to the depths of hell with the lost souls.
You have to wonder, Bobson. You have to wonder. And you know what? I personally would hope that we would never be in a situation where we would have to find out. But that's where we are right now.
And I think the most terrifying thing about this match, though, is the Lost Souls just got a little bit stronger. I mean, we just watched what happened in the ring tonight by Psychotic King, and the offense he put on Lucifer. Lucifer, yeah, he got the pin, yeah, he got the soul, that's great. But still, you know, Psychotic King put on an amazing offensive match out here, and you got to be thinking he's going to turn around and join the Lost Souls.
Oh, of course. You know, the Lost Souls numbers have literally doubled within the last 20 minutes. You know, they are now a true force to be reckoned with. They can enter tag team matches. They can, you know, if one of them gets injured, one of them can take their place. Having the foundation of a good stable is crucial to being successful in SWW, and now the Lost Souls have that. And you know, my condolences go out to the family and the friends of the Demented One. I am just hearing word from the back that he was a father with 3 sons and 8 daughters, and now they're going to have a soulless father. I don't know what that looks like. I really don't. But we're going to turn our attention now to this huge trios match that is about to happen in the ring. The Bankrollers have actually enlisted the help of someone from Behold a Dark Horse to take on the entirety of Supreme. And Bobson, what do you think about that? What do you think the strategy is there?
You know, there's no way the Bankrollers are going to buy their way out of this one tonight. They have got to find some kind of success in ring. And now, Ricky Big Bucks and Marty, they are 2 very, very outspoken guys, and you know, all of the Bankrollers have been since they joined Slaughterhouse Wrestling. So we gotta hope we see, you know, like, put your money where your mouth is. I mean, it's not gonna be any easier from here on out. But starting with Supreme, I mean, 3 of the strongest wrestlers we have in Slaughterhouse Wrestling, and 2 of them are the tag team title holders. So you got to think, if they can make a good showing here tonight, the Bankrollers might have an opportunity to maybe down the line get that title shot.
You would hope so, but you know, the Bankrollers have had the biggest mouths of anyone in SWW. And, you know, they really have to put their money where their mouth is. It's just like you said, Supreme has been an absolutely dominant faction. Two of these guys are tag champions. One of them has had a great showing with the MMA style, striking style in the SWW Heavyweight Title Tournament. And that might come all crashing down for the Bankrollers, but this is their one chance to make something happen. And hey, we keep talking about the Bankrollers. You know, Black Snow's out here too. It seems like there could be some sort of alliance formed there. You know, Black Snow being kind of the brains of the whole the Dark Horse in this match. You gotta wonder, you know, that's three great psychological minds for wrestling all in the ring there. There's got to be some strategy going on back there. I tried to be a part of one of those talks backstage when they were planning their plan of attack for Supreme, and they just kicked me out. They handed me $100 and told me to go on my merry way. And, you know, out here in Guerra, Texas, $100 can buy you a mansion. So I just, you know, boots good boogied on out of there.
They paid you $100.
$100 cold hard cash. And it was actually 5 non-consecutive 20s, unmarked.
Well, they paid me $20, so let's go ahead and get them to the ring so I can ask them a few questions before the match gets started. Now, I'm curious. We've already seen Ricky Big Bucks and Marty wrestle, so I'm very curious to see how Black Snow factors into this as he comes out in the middle of them. I love the pyro.
You know, Big Money Marty and Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi were not successful as a tag team, kind of surprisingly. You know, you think their styles would gel pretty well together, but maybe Black Snow is going to be that secret key to victory, that sort of glue that would hold them together that they were missing before.
And this is, we've talked about it before, this is the first official 3-man tag match in Slaughterhouse Wrestling history tonight as Supreme comes out, and I gotta tell you, I am not envious of Bankrollers and Black Snow in the ring tonight because they have got their work cut out for them.
God, just look at the sizes of these guys compared to the Bankrollers. Obviously, Black Snow is a pretty big guy, but these are 3 huge, muscly men out here that are just here to put the hurt on Big Money Marty and Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi specifically. And Black Snow actually starting out here, maybe a bit of strategy, trying to keep the dedicated tag team available for tags when he needs to.
Yeah, Black Snow is taking a few hits early on.
And, you know, I got the chance to talk to Supreme a little bit backstage too, and I asked them what their thoughts were about being tag team champions and, you know, being out here representing the company. And they told me heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know, they're trying to represent this company in the best light, and they know that there's a huge target on all of their backs, not just from the Bankrollers, not just from Hold the Dark Horse, but every single other tag team here. And, you know, SWW is still growing, there's still people joining, and there's so many independent wrestlers out there that are just trying to make a name off their backs, and it's something they have to constantly be watching out for.
Yeah, you've got that right, and honestly, that quote kind of sounds like it could have been from the Bankrollers, that confidence, that cockiness. So Supreme is definitely, you know, they're about as different from Bankrollers as you can get, but they've got a little bit of that confidence, a little bit of that arrogance that the Bankrollers seem to have.
For sure. Yeah. But with Supreme, it's earned. With the Bankrollers, it's bought.
Yeah, you have got that right, but money is not going to help them any during this match unless they pay dipshit beforehand. As Marty is putting on a nice little bit of offense.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of money, we've got Big Money Marty in the ring, wrenching the eyes of, oh my god, Victor? I just broke character there for a second. I completely forgot he was in the ring right now. But yeah, Big Money Marty is out here trying to make a name for himself. He has had, you know, no real success here at SWW, which is kind of a shame. You know, Marty brings a completely different style of wrestling to SWW. A little more, he likes to describe it as old school. I like to describe it as just cheating. Just pure cheating. Absolutely enormous blockbuster, as I was saying that, from Zeus. And, you know...
That's actually mellow in the ring right now.
Oh, thank you for correcting me. I completely forgot. This is why you took the notes ahead of time, and I am out here sweating in the slaughterhouse without any notes in front of me.
Well, I got to tell you, they sure didn't turn the AC on for us either here tonight. Black Snow has kind of been the main provider of offense for the Bankrollers tonight. Looks like they paid him a good bit as he tags in Ricky Big Bucks as he gets his first look at action. Mello in the ring.
Mello going for that huge 450 leg drop, you know, shades of Too Cold Scorpio. And then wrenching the leg of Ricky. You know, Ricky's out here. He's got to be worried about wrestling these tag team champions after he and Big Money Marty showing in the tag team championship tournament.
Yeah, and you saw the early pin right there as Ricky gets taken down pretty quick. But you saw the pin there. That was some of the early criticism of the Bankrollers. They were having trouble getting some pins down, and Ricky Big Bucks is making sure they know that he's going to be pinning early and pinning often.
Ooh, finally landing that drop kick after an entire match of unsuccessfully hitting it and then going straight into the figure four leg lock. You know, Ricky looks like he's got his strategy kind of locked in here. Last time he looked a little unfocused, a little all over the place. But this time it looks like he's trying to work the leg, trying to really get something going over Supreme here.
And Victor and Mello in the ring. Looks like Mello is the legal man as Big Bucks throws an elbow to him.
Huge knee to the back. Mello answering it with an Irish whip into his own corner. Not the best strategy in the world, in my opinion, but Mello with some kicks at the gut.
Black Snow has been pretty good for the Bankrollers so far. He has been worth every single penny for them tonight, as he has been the main source of offense for them.
Hey, just to clarify, those are alleged pennies. We don't know of any real backstage dealings. These are all just backstage rumors that I have heard that, you know, the Bankrollers are paying off the whole Dark Horse. But who knows? They might just be doing it out of their goodness of their hearts. I don't personally know Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi. I don't personally know Black Snow. Maybe they're just doing this because they're both really good people. I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be a little tough for me to believe just from everything I've heard that they've said on camera, recorded, and sent around the world. But, you know, we could definitely give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. Zeus tags in, and he is quite a sight to behold. Ricky Big Bucks face rakes. Oh,
hits him with the elbow. Ricky getting out of danger. This is where Ricky kind of thrives. Every time he's put into a situation of, you know, being double teamed or triple teamed, as it were, he tends to get out of it.
Zeus takes him up pretty quick.
Huge brainbuster there from Zeus.
Showing off that strength early, and I'm guessing it's going to be often.
And a huge power slam as well. Yeah, Zeus is just making a statement here, telling all of the Bankrollers and Black Snow that he does not care how big they are, how small they are. He will throw them to the mat either way.
And we're seeing Marty come back in.
The Bankrollers with an assisted power bomb, and Marty breaking the eyes there. You gotta wonder, big forearm to the face. You gotta wonder what the strategy is here, tagging in Marty so much against the bigger man. Marty being the smallest one of this team, I would say, and having his unorthodox style. He has kind of faltered against power opponents before, but, you know, he's still kind of making a name out here, trying to get his work in. Maybe it's a mind games thing. I don't know.
I would have to guess, he is the leader of the Bankrollers. He is the one with the plan. Ricky's got a little bit of that, him and Ricky got some good bit of money combined together between the two of them, but Marty is definitely the brains behind the operation.
Just folding him up for the pin, an absolute 0 count, and now Marty is getting triple teamed and is kind of in his element, throwing off Mello.
Taking out all of them. The Preem has gone down here. Marty takes them one by one. Him and Zeus straight below in the middle of the ring.
Huge slap to the face from Marty to Zeus.
And they're going to tag Black Snow back in, looks like.
Smart move to tag out while he's up. That's the kind of benefit to wrestling in these trios matches, is that you get to rest, 2/3 of the time. And once you're beaten down in the ring, you have 2 guys you can tag out to who are probably relatively fresh. Huge death there.
Black Snow. It's going to be a second before he gets up. He has been out there a good bit tonight. We're at 14 minutes already. Now, with 3 people, you have to assume the match is going to go on a little bit longer. But the offense being shown by Supreme, clearly shows why they earned the name of the faction.
They are the dominant tag force here. Objectively, there's no arguing it. Black Snow going up to the top, hitting an enormous, kind of a stylized knee drop there over the chest.
Marty gets him in a headlock. He has been, this is a new Marty. I've seen Marty before, but he is showing some moves tonight I have not seen him show before. He has got some tenacity. It looks like they came out ready to fight tonight.
And everything is broken down in the ring. All 3 men are in, all 3 men are down, all 3 men are fighting. It's hard to keep up with here. Ooh, huge Rainmaker style clothesline to Marty there.
I was about to ask who the legal man was on that one.
Big flipping German suplex.
Marty just moving around the ring at will. He is showing off, for his size, he has got quite a bit of strength.
I was about to commend his good strategy for cutting off the ring, but then he threw him into his own team's corner.
Yeah, sometimes, calling yourself the brains of the operation only means so much.
Another cradling Death Valley driver there, almost Fisher and Buster style.
Quick pin on Marty.
Late kick out. Marty's going to be hurting out there. This is kind of out of his element, wrestling 3 big men at once. Marty is 0-2. Black Snow is objectively the most winningest member of this team and the one with the most experience and the most power. Marty's been out there a lot, but you got to wonder if Black Snow is going to be the one that has to really get all the offense.
And Marty and Ricky teaming up again tonight. Some of that bankroller action, working together in that gym so often is really paying off for him.
You gotta wonder if Black Snow's been in that big money gym too. I mean, they might have an extra key. They may have let that team train there. That may have been part of any alleged dealings that were going on.
Looks like he might have missed that elbow drop there.
Yeah, that was not very pretty. A little bowling shoe ugly.
Team up to take Ricky down. He is getting quite a beat down right now. He is the most rested member, I will say, of the 3-man.
Zeus missing a few kicks there too, going right over Ricky's head. Oh, Ricky with a low blow. Earl dipshit just seeing it with both of his eyes open and ignoring it. Ricky missing the back elbow again. Zeus trying to capitalize, get something going here.
Ricky couldn't pay to connect with him on one of those elbow drops.
And Lord knows he's tried.
Got Mello down in a nice lock there, but he kicks out of it. Kicks it shin, huh? Black Snow coming back in, and he has been seeing a lot of action tonight. It really looks like the bankrollers themselves didn't really want to do too much in the ring.
I mean, can you blame them though? If there are any alleged dealings going on, the entire point is to make their team better. Black Snow, I hate to say it, is the best member of this team win-wise, and a huge Canadian destroyer there to Black Snow as I was saying that. Will it get to 3? Does not. I'm a little shocked that it did. That was a huge Canadian destroyer from the big man. But that's the kind of athleticism you expect out of Supreme. This team, 3 huge, big, meaty men, and they love doing flips.
They sure do, and Zeus is the active man right now, but it looks like Black Snow and Mello kind of want to hang out in the ring for a little while and run into each other, so we'll see if Ricky Big Bucks might get his finisher in here tonight. We have yet to actually see his finisher, the Payday.
Bobson, I know you've wanted to see that Payday ever since Ricky signed that SWW contract.
I have for sure, as much as I want to see an elbow drop land, and there it is.
And I'm getting word from the back that I'm still getting the Supreme member's name wrong. And folks, I really apologize for that. I should have taken better notes ahead of time.
So we got Zeus in the ring right now. Victor, he's going to have that orange hair over there.
See, this is why we need a 2-man commentary group. If I was out here doing this by myself, it would not be good. And Marty with a huge pile driver. I don't even know if anybody saw that in the middle of all that.
And with this many men in this match, if you get a pin down, it's going to go for 3 full seconds if they don't kick out. There's not much stopping it right now. There's too much chaos in this ring. There's so much talent. Marty's going to keep taking a breather over there, looks like.
Smart call. You need somebody out there to, be fresh once you actually need to get the win. But Supreme is really gelled here as a tag team tonight. The Bankrollers and Black Snow have kind of operated like a team that's tagging together for the first time. Oh my god.
Victor seems to have a grudge against Ricky Big Bucks. I'm not too sure what's going on there.
I don't even know what to call that. Was that like a rolling choke slam on the apron?
I'm not too sure, but we should probably check on Ricky Big Bucks either right now or after the match.
Powerbomb pin broken up by Ricky and Marty. I'm not sure who actually got the connection there. It may have been both of them.
It looks like Dipshit's got his work cut out for him right now to actually see what's going on in the ring. I couldn't tell you. I think the legal man, there was no tag, so it is still Black Snow and Victor.
Ooh. Tombstone, pile driver to Black Snow. Opts not to go for the pin, and might be paying for it here. Yep, Black Snow with the big power slam.
With a breakdown, look at him.
Black Snow picking up the win for him in the Bankrollers against Supreme. And you've got to wonder, neither of the SWW Tag Champions were actually involved in that fall, but does that move both of these teams up the rankings?
Yeah, it's kind of a confusing ending if you're going to be talking about rankings, because, Black Snow and Victor, and neither of those men are really involved in either tag team. So I'm kind of curious to see where we go from here. Maybe Black Snow and Victor will have some kind of rivalry going forward, but the Bankrollers, I think, still need to make some kind of statement against Supreme at some point in the near future.
Well, look, either way, that's a win on Marty and Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi's records and Black Snow's, but if the Bankrollers really needed it here, being 0-2 in competition. Well, Marty being 0-2, Ricky being 0-1 in competition so far, and being 0-1 in tag competition together. But, folks, we have our last match here, the main event. We will be seeing the first ever defense of the Slaughterhouse Wrestling World Championship. Walnut is going to be defending against Chicago Cowboy in a rematch from the SWW title tournament finals. And I just want to know your thoughts on this, Pops. And how have you seen this rivalry unfold? What are your thoughts on these two competitors?
Well, it's kind of funny, I've myself, I've been on a few independent circuits, done some calls in a bunch of different promotions, and I've been watching the Chicago Cowboy for years now. And I gotta say, he's got everything you would want in a champion. He's got charisma. He's great. In the ring. He's great out of the ring. But I just don't know what can be done about Walnut. The man is, if you want to call him a man, I don't even know what to call him really. He just looks like a bunch of muscles. I can't even really properly describe him. But I would not want to be in that ring with him, even with a title shot on the line.
Yeah, he is a walking legume with muscles and thighs made of absolute steel. He has the largest thighs I have ever seen in the world, and also the biggest thigh gap I've ever seen. This man is absolutely intimidating. But the Chicago Cowboy has one opening. We know Walnut has been careless. We know Walnut can get angry, and we know Walnut will take a count out if it means he gets to bully his opponent. The Chicago Cowboy, he doesn't really jive all the time with the rest of the Bankrollers, but he is still influenced by them a little bit, and he will take a count-out win if it means that he gets to fight another day. So I am just excited to see this match. Two absolute powerhouses, two of our best competitors in the main event of Slaughterhouse Wrestling 1.
Well, looks like both guys are ready backstage, and I know these fans are clamoring for it. Looks like we actually had a few join us. We have got 9 fans in the crowd here tonight, and I can't even tell you the sounds I'm hearing behind me. It's too loud to even comprehend. So let's just bring these guys on out and let's give them what they've been waiting for. Now, because of some licensing issues here in Texas, it looks like the Cowboy actually can't use his normal entrance theme as Child of Mine, and I got to tell you, every time I hear that, my heart skips a beat. It feels like as many years as I've watched him wrestle.
Oh yeah, the Chicago Cowboy traveled veteran. The Sweet Child of Mine gets cheers all across the world, from Austin to Ontario to Tokyo. But Walnut, more of an enigma. Didn't come up on the Indies. His first ever matches were in that SWW title tournament. That was the first the world had ever seen of Walnut, and for him to best a world-traveled veteran like the Chicago Cowboy, and do that taunt that I hate watching so much, it's too much to comprehend.
And you got to really be hoping that the Cowboys got to be thinking, let this last longer than 3 minutes here tonight. Let's give these fans what they're waiting for.
Oh, of course. This is more. This is about more than just the title. You know, this is about the Chicago Cowboys' honor and about the Chicago Cowboys' dignity. Losing in 3 minutes to someone who had their first match 2 hours ago has to just be embarrassing for him. But he is here tonight to finally reclaim that victory. And, you know, he's got some good strikes on the head so far. He is really here to make a statement.
And you know, you gotta kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. You know, they were wrestling in multiple rounds in that tournament, but here tonight, there's going to be no excuses. You know, he's had a good bit of rest. He's been training all week for this. You know, I know Walnut has been running through the woods, you know, in a little bit less than his ring gear, but he's been training the way he trains. It's kind of a, you know, he does his own thing, but the Cowboys not going to have any excuses after this match tonight.
Well, look, I'll put it like this. On social media, I saw 2 videos from each one of these guys training. The Chicago Cowboy was in the Big Money gym, lifting weights, being coached by Big Money Marty and Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi. You know, they're pretty big weights. You know, it was impressive. But I saw Walnut bear hug a tree and rip it out of its roots. And I know the Chicago Cowboy saw that video. I know he's got to be worried.
There's something wrong with that man. I don't know why the commissioner allows him to keep wrestling in this league. There's definitely got to be something wrong with that man. I mean, God help us, I love watching him wrestle, but
you keep saying man like you were so sure that he is human, Bobson. I don't know. And look at that suplex. Taking Chicago Cowboy all the way to the outside, grabbing that chair. This is Walnut's element. He is just going to punish Chicago Cowboy for even having the gumption to challenge him again. Swing and a miss. And a huge body slam either way. Grabbing his third weapon, a sledgehammer over the head of Chicago Cowboy.
Walnut has some kind of strategy, but you know, he's all impulse. That's all he thinks about. When he's outside the ring, he thinks weapons, he thinks chairs, he thinks sledgehammer. I don't know what he might pull out from underneath that ring.
And Walnut with the headbutt to block the superplex. I think he was going for. Walnut going for those headbutts now. I've already seen the slap. Once we see him on the Chicago Cowboy like a basketball, we will have seen all of Walnut's arsenal. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm just terrified. This is my response to terror. I am worried about the Chicago Cowboy intrinsically, and there we go, folks.
There it is, the Nutcracker. Yeah, I've talked to Walnut about this. I got a few grunts out of it, but he said Nutcracker for sure, and I know we're going to be seeing that a few times tonight. It looks like
the Chicago Cowboy gorilla press slamming a Walnut all the way to the outside, and Walnut grabbing his 4th weapon. Walnut doesn't need this. This is my thing with Walnut. I'm sorry I'm laughing so hard, but Bob's.
There it is. Walnut is a force of nature. What can be done? What can be done about this man? He is unstoppable in this ring.
That grounded elbow drop, the elbow drop hold, seems to be Walnut's new weapon of choice against the Chicago Cowboy and anybody else. You know, he was winning with that palm you like a basketball Nutcracker move, but that elbow drop hold is taking out opponents left and right, and I do not know how he can be stopped.
I couldn't tell you myself. I mean, we watched some amazing matches tonight, but I don't think there are too many words that I can describe Walnut's strength with after watching STO, after watching Zeus from Supreme, after watching all these guys out here tonight. What can we compare to Walnut?
Folks, I gotta tell you, that was bowling shoe ugly. That was a bowling shoe ugly loss for the Chicago Cowboy. And I would not be surprised if we don't see the Chicago Cowboy in competition for a little while after that loss.
Yeah, it sure does look like it. So what are your feelings on finishing up the first pay-per-view here tonight? You know, how are you feeling about Slaughterhouse Wrestling? How do you think these matches turned out tonight?
Well, all 8 fans here were on their feet for the finish of that match. I would say that Slaughterhouse Wrestling is truly where the big boys play, to borrow a phrase from somewhere else. But the level of competition here is through the roof. There's so many great competitors here of all sorts of different styles: technical wrestling, brawling, high flying, power wrestling. And truly the field is wide open. Now the Chicago Cowboy has lost his title shot. Who knows where this company is going to go next? But I only have good feelings about it. Bobson, how do you feel about it?
I feel pretty great going forward. I mean, we've got a lot of great new factions. You know, the Lost Souls gained another. You know, we're gonna probably, I'm guessing we're gonna see Damon Sky take on Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi coming up pretty soon. That should be a great match, and we're gonna see a good bit more of the tag team division. I'm thinking Supreme might be considering, you know, putting their belts on the line. But I just, out of the entire Slaughterhouse Wrestling, out of every single person back there in that dressing room, who do we think could take on Walnut after watching tonight? I think I would love to see Black Snow or STO take him on next week, but I don't know what. I don't know who.
I was going to say STO as well, you know, that decisive win over the Psychotic One. But there's also another element we haven't considered yet. Lucifer Velasca did claim another soul for his Lost Souls stable. And, you know, that was a decisive victory. That was a decisive, violent victory. And once he builds up a stable enough, hey, he may want to come after Walnut for that championship and put Walnut so far out of his element in another barbed wire match or cage match or something where Velasca can get the upper hand. And if Walnut accepts, that might be game over for him. Like I said, you know, we just listed off 3 people that have a solid claim to the title. That's not even including Damon Sky if he happens to go through Ricky Big Bucks Biloxi at the next pay-per-view. So the field is truly wide open for this title.
Yeah, you got that right, Walter. And you know, the first match of the night, can we talk enough about how impressive the Gay Space Cowboys were out there, even in the Exotic Husbands too? You know, they took the L, but they still came out and put on an amazing match. So this Slaughterhouse Wrestling has a lot going for it. They've got some of the best talent in the world here. You know, they've got some of the most, you know, creative, interesting guys, and I just cannot wait to see what they come up with next.
For sure, Bobson. And there are so many guys waiting the wings too. Guys like Thomas Noble and guys like Josh Ho that weren't even on this show. The level of competition here is higher than any other wrestling promotion, I would say, in history, you know. But folks, we thank you so much for tuning in to Slaughterhouse Wrestling. I see a good 7 people in the audience right now. 2 just left while I was checking on that number. It's very easy to tell when the numbers are single digits. But folks, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for letting us be a part of your homes. And we will see you at Slaughterhouse Wrestling too.